This has been exciting from Nepal. Also, to talk about that, you were there at the toss. How's the weather here in Oman? Overcast conditions, slight bit of breeze. Absolutely romantic is how I'd like to put it.
Quick single. Oh, yes, indeed. The weather has just about taken a turn for the better. Windy, breezy, overcast. And if you're playing cricket in these conditions, it's a cricketer's delight.
No two thoughts. No two thoughts on that one. Spirit of cricket. Sporting the Nepalese team. Let's not forget, this is the same very ground where the wicketkeeper won the Spirit of Cricket Award. And we'll come back to that. That's the end of over number 9, 58 for the loss of 1 wicket Malaysia.
Gold Star, feel the street, cool and comfy, striding style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Gold Star.
NIC Asia. बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्यापी.
Let's start. Malaysia have just about slowed down. Kushal Burtel to continue. Tossed up, straight back past the bowler, firmly struck. Work to do for the field and the deep. He'll keep it to 1. That's Captain Rohit Paudel there.
They've been looking for runs and they've been looking for runs consistently. The only issue is that the number of dot balls that they have played. It's almost the halfway mark in the first innings. We're on the 30 of 26. He's taken his time. Angling into the pads. That'll be guided to the leg side for a single. And a wonderful throw. That's going to be applauded by the crowd. They enjoy this effort from Karan Casey. He's a hero.
Every ball is being cheered for. That's how the Nepal fans are for their cricketers. And that was a directed from the deep and it got a roar as well. Karan Casey, very fine all-rounder for the side.
Not just a directed, it was a directed from the arm of Karan Casey. That makes a big difference. How's it like to be Karan Casey? Somebody needs to ask him that. It's been turning. And Nepal will enjoy these conditions. They have few quality spinners up their ranks.
Goes big, goes high, and goes the distance as well. He got stuck underneath that one, Virendeep Singh. Beg your pardon, that's Sherwin Muniandi. Now he can play the big hits. That was in the slot, and it's been dispatched.
What an incredible strike was that. It was in his arc. And that arc was just created by Sherwin. And struck. Never looked to keep it down. Always looked to hit it for a maximum, and that's what he's got. There is value for shots here at the Oman Cricket Academy. It's a beautiful ground to play cricket on, especially if you're a batsman. Value for shots. 100% value for shots. And Sherwin would just realize that. As a batter, you don't want to be taking risky singles. Do you?
Yes, you don't want to run out at this stage. Both these batters are very important for Malaysia's plans. Another single towards the mid-wicket region. It's been a good productive over here for Malaysia. 11 coming off the 10th over at the halfway stage. It's 69 for 1 and just the right time for a water break as well for both the teams.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड Panchakanya 500 XT र 550 XT.
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि टाइममा. For food, Foodmandu.
Skyworth washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing machine मा छ 7 motion DT motor.
Skyworth
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Ooh, go gold star.
फलामको शक्ति र गुणले भरिएको प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको आकारमा समानता अनि तौलमा एकरूपता रहेको गुणस्तरमा उत्कृष्ट हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT.
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
NIC Asia ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Skyworth washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing machine छ 7 motion DT motor.
Skyworth
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिका मार्ग पुरानो मानेश्वर.
Cricket ma, the most important thing is focus. If you lose focus, game over. But the focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि टाइममा. With added responsibility and lot of work on my shoulders. खाना त सोच्नै भ्याइदैन. That's when Foodmandu's helped me पहिला र अहिले त झनै धेरै. For food, Foodmandu.
खुशियालीको बहार नयाँ वर्षमा उपहार. यो नयाँ वर्ष वर्ल्डिङको साथ हरेक नयाँ सब्सक्रिप्सन वा रिन्युअलमा पाउनुहोस् विभिन्न प्रोडक्ट्सहरुमा पत्याउन नसकिने डिस्काउन्ट.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT.
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Ooh, go gold star.
Gold Star Shoes presents ACC Men's Premier Cup Oman 2024. Powered by Panchakanya Steel, NIC Asia Bank. Energized by Red Bull.
Step in.
Lalit Rajbanshi to continue. It's been a very good first 10 overs here for Nepal. They've come back well after the first 3 overs where they conceded 30. Virendeep Singh holding fourth, the captain, 32 of 28. Sherwin has just about added impetus in the middle.
Believe it or not, I feel Malaysia is probably 6 to 11 runs short of where they would have liked to be, considering the kind of start they got. 3 overs 30 to start off with, and ever since Nepal has pulled things back in their favor. It's a brilliant track to bat on. Oman scored 170 plus, and it was not enough with the way they were attacked. Yes, they found a way to win, but that is something that will be playing in the mind of Malaysia, setting a target here, batting first.
Well, the good news for Malaysia is that they have 9 wickets in hand. That's important. But they have to capitalize now. The depth will be tested. But at some point, either Virendeep or Sherwin have to shift gears. I like the way Nepal have responded. There again, taking the pace off it, keeping it very tight.
Wickets is what Nepal is looking for. And boundaries is what Malaysia is looking for in return. Which is it going to be? Slowing the pace down at the moment is Lalit. And he's happy to be doing that. He's been extracting some kind of turn, and that's where he's always interested.
At the toss, Virendeep did mention that he saw from the previous match, he saw that there were enough runs that can be scored on the surface. Again, worked away towards mid-wicket. He was looking at something close to 170 as well, because he believed that's a pass score But as of now, it looks like that'll be a little difficult if they don't get going from here on.
Would you know who are the players to watch out for? I've seen Nazma's bat a little bit. Does look to strike very clean.
So runs coming in singles, and Nepal won't be too disturbed about it. They'll be happy conceding the ones.
The run rate just over 6 at the moment. And that is something that is going to be bringing a smile on these Nepalese players. Especially Lalit who is bowling a tight line here. And he'll continue to do that. So a single to finish that over. Just 5 runs from it. 11 gone. 74 for 1 Malaysia.
रोहन खोइ उसलाई हेल्प चाहिन्छ तिमी रिग्रेट त गर्दैनौ नि गर्न भने जिन्दगी भर रिग्रेट गर्नेछु माउन्टेन ड्यू डरको अगाडि जित्छ
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिका मार्ग पुरानो मानेश्वर
So after a few overs of spin, it is Gulshan Jha who's going to be coming into the attack, the pacer. Spinners have done their job, and Nepal would believe that Malaysia will be looking to get after, increase the scoring rate. And that's why the ace pacer has been brought into the attack.
And the moment he's been introduced, you could just about see Virendeep Singh open his arms. Each time a pacer has come into play, batting has looked much easy, run scoring has looked easy, stroke making has looked easy. We saw a passage of play, Pranav, where the boundaries had dried up, and that's when the spinners were in operation. And this is where I feel sometimes teams should have the luxury of having part-timers who can roll the arms as well, taking nothing away from Gulshan Jha. Edged, goes to the fielder at third. There again, a poor fielding effort, and that goes for a 4. This is poor fielding by Nepal, and they need to regroup. Abhinash Bora there at third. And I'll tell you what, if this is what Nepal is dishing out in the field, then it's not a pleasing sight for anybody.
The way Nepalese coach would be looking at this is 10 runs too many that have been given to Malaysia. 3 boundaries, certain boundaries, all coming off misfields from these Nepalese players.
I mean, we do this every day in practice. They would be telling themselves, how can you let it go in a match? He didn't have to move an inch. Look at that for an effort. Oh dear. There's no explanation to it whatsoever. Even on the second attempt, he failed to get that in. It may sound comical, but this is very ordinary cricket.
The only way I can put it is rush of blood, a brain freeze. Avinash Bora. Yes, it happens with the best, but at the moment it makes you look very, very ordinary. Into the pads of Sherwin, who's looking to attack, and this is incredible running. Once again, butterfingers, ball not coming in the hands of the Nepalese fielders at the moment.
Sumpal Kami, he had to cover a lot of distance from deep mid-wicket. And what really added to the pressure was the running between the wickets. Virendeep and Sherwin ran that first run very fast, signalling that they are always on for the second. Already 7 runs in the first 3 deliveries, so Malaysia finding a move on.
Inside edge, just missing the leg stump. It can play so much on the bowler's head. What could have been 4 ball, probably 3 or 4 runs, is right now 4 ball, 7 runs.
But that's why the bowlers also need to let go of what's happened in the past and just come back stronger.
Can you?
I did. Gulshan Jha, another very fine talent in the Nepal ranks.
Just when you're appreciating the quality of Gulshan Jha, he's letting it down. Can we put it as commentator's curse?
All that said and done, what's really worrying for me is the form of the pacers in this game. None of them have managed to make an impact. Sompal Kami had a good comeback spell, did get the ball to move both ways, but they've not asked questions. Karan Casey as well, Gulshan Jha too, just about getting the ball in the right areas. Much better this time.
Incredible. Incredible comeback from Gulshan Jha, hitting the back of length. This is exactly what you need to do when you're playing here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Bowl those hard lengths, keep things tight, and let the pitch do the talking. It's only a matter of time. This is a very talented lot. They will realize, understand as the tournament progresses. They have to be the favourites, defending champions, although in a different format.
Chipped in the air, over gully, backward point. That'll go away for a 4. Good end to the over. This is a good 12-run over here for Malaysia and a costly one for Gulshan Jha in its first. 12 gone, it's 86 for 1.
It was shot and it was begging to be cut away. Creating some room was Virandeep Singh and playing it over that fielder at backward point, rather gully. And what an incredible shot.
And Pranav, that's what I keep coming back to. Pace.
बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
NIC Asia ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
ज्ञान सोल्टी ल्याएपछि त भात पनि दिहाल है नेपालमै सबैभन्दा रुचाइएको चामल ज्ञान पाए ज्ञान नै रोज्ने
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी.
Spot on, perfect, bullseye. And that's what you get with the experience of Mikhail. He reads the game to perfection. Avinash Bora, he's had one of those difficult days in the field so far. But he's come in here with the ball and it's an important, very important phase in that match. 12 overs gone, 8 overs to go. It's an even Steven game at the moment. That's how I'd like to put it. Can Nepal pull it back? Can Malaysia accelerate? He's looking for a big one here, Virandeep saying, restricting the shot at the very last second to keep it down on the ground and rotate the strike. He's made a mind, hasn't he? Mikhail coming with a very big backlift.
There again, just relying a little bit on his off cutters, change of pace. On this surface, you'd expect Avinash Bora to maybe just come back into form because he's struggled in recent times with his economy.
One of the reasons why change of pace has been the mantra on this ground is because of the size of the ground, the size of the boundaries. Looking for a big one, probably an inside edge onto the pads. Virandeep is looking to accelerate. He does realize that he needs to get something in excess of 150, 160 if he has to make a match out of this. And at the moment, they are at 88. This is the 13th over. And just 2 runs of 4 deliveries for Avinash Bora. Once again, brilliantly bowled, change of pace.
Oh yes, just talking about Avinash Bora, he's been a little off colour. And his economy in the death overs in T20 internationals this year is 11. He's bowled 8 overs in the death. He's leaked as many as 88 runs. And this is where This is the surface where he can just about redeem himself. Not short of ability. All he needs is good momentum and rhythm. Nicely played.
So brilliant over from Abhinash Bora comes to an end. Just 3 runs of it. And this is where Malaysia would love to accelerate. 13 overs gone, 89 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी.
So no two thoughts on that. But apart from that, Nepal has done pretty good reasonably, especially in the spin department. Keeping things tight, holding Malaysia from getting away. Lalit will continue. And he'll be struck very well, straight down the ground. It is Andrew who joins me in the comm box, and what a way to welcome Andrew.
Yeah, what an elegant shot. He's got great footwork for Indeep Singh. He's a very elegant and technically correct player. And he has just got beautifully to the pitch of this one. And starts the 14th over with a bang. Malaysia have so many wickets in hand. It's now the time to have a crack. Time to accelerate. Good partnership. In need of more boundaries.
What do you think is a good score on this wicket? We've seen the first game being 170, not too good. A little bit of more sensible batting, and it could be game set match for Oman. Although this is the second match, what do you think? On the same wicket though.
Yeah, same surface. I still think you need in excess of 170. In fact, I thought both sides didn't get it quite right with the bat. We did see the best part of 350 runs in the contest between them. Bahrain will be kicking themselves back at the team hotel, a 3-run deficit. Anything under 160, Nepal will feel very comfortable.
Bowling brilliantly is Lalit. He's in his final over. He's heard in line very rarely. Shavin and Viren, they would look to cut loose. Struck well, and a catch has dropped. Believe it or not, Nepal have not come into this ground with the right foot, and they've been struggling in the field.
Yeah, definite chance. Just juggled in and out. Rajbanshi, left arm spinners usually good off their own bowling, but just unable to hold on. Will close out his spell though with 3 dots. Should have been a wicket next to his name. Instead he'll finish with none for 28. End of the 14th, 96 for 1.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT.
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
NIC Asia. बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि.
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिका मार्ग पुरानो मानेश्वर.
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु.
So quick word between the captain and the umpire. And there's change in...
Yeah, Lalit Rajbanshi is going off. I think he might have just done a little bit of an impact injury when he's dropped that catch. So 12th man, Vivek Kumar Yadav will be on at short third. That's what Rohit Pedal was just asking for the acceptance from the umpire for and got.
That struck well. It's travelling. And it's going to be travelling all the way What a way to get to your 50. We're in the seeing take a bow here. The captain has stood tall, and he's stood tall here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and he'll get 50 to his name.
Yeah, he's a class act, the 25-year-old. It's a 16th T20I 50. He's got plenty of runs to his name. Best part of 2,300 in his T20I career. He's a good bowler too. We'll see him with his left arm spin later. If he's still there at the end, can he get close towards another T20I 100? That's what Malaysia will need.
He's looking to cut loose here. He's striking well and he's striking clean.
Well, really well fielded. Gets a big ovation. Sampal Kami in front of the Nepal fans. Plenty. He was just having a chat to them there during my break. Plenty living in Muscat and Al Emirat. Even a couple have driven across from the UAE today, would you believe, just to come and watch this game on a fabulous Friday as Nepal make their bow in the competition, the reigning champions. His second 50 against Nepal for Virendeep Singh.
What has been shocking to me, Andrew, and it's shocked me a big way, is that Oman played the first match. This is a holiday. It's a Friday. And we saw the kind of support Oman had. And you see the kind of support right now Nepal is having. It's home away from home for Nepal. And we cannot take it away from them. In the block hole. This is where he's very good. Avinash Bora.
Yeah, there's a huge diaspora all around the world really now. There's 31 million people in Nepal, and there's probably 4 or 5 million, if not more than that, overseas, particularly based in hubs in Australia and in North America, in Europe. But there are quite a few workers here in the Gulf too. So I suspect if Nepal can get through to the latter stages, could well have some exceptional crowds for the semi-final, and who knows, ultimately a final if the reigning champions can get there again. But as we saw this morning, there's going to be no easy games in this tournament. And I think if you look at this Group A, Group B, certainly there is a weaker link with Cambodia, but in Group A in particular, Nepal, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, you can't take any of those games for certain.
It'll be interesting to see the day when they're playing Oman. This is going to be incredible. So brilliant work comes to an end for both the sides, and they wouldn't mind it. 11 runs of it, 107 for 1 Malaysia at the end of 15.
Gold Star, feel the stream. Cool and comfy, striding style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Go Gold Star.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
हरेक निर्माणको धडकन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
Focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि टाइममा. For food, Foodmandu.
Kushal Mala. He'll come into the attack. The slow left arm spinner. He's more of a left arm slow bowler, isn't he?
Yeah, very slow through the air. He's a very clever and canny operator though. He was regularly in the wickets in that SMS Friendship Cup, even though he was bowled very sparingly. Captain will have a lot of faith in him. As late as the 16th over, brought into the attack here.
What a shot. What an incredible strike. He's making a mess out of things, Sherwin. He's enjoying his partnership with the captain, and he's striking sixes when it matters the most.
And this is where dropped catches and fumbles in the field start to pay the price. You've got 9 wickets in hand if you're Malaysia, and you've got plenty of ability to catch up. That run rate at the moment, it's less than 7.5 per over. That'll only get you to about 150. But basically every ball's got to be looking at going to the boundary here for Malaysia. They've nothing to lose, 9 wickets in hand, some power hitting to come. Time to have a real crack. And with Mala often very slow through the air, there's an absolute chance to maybe pick up another boundary or two here. I suspect this one will be darted in.
They've been brilliant. Virendra Singh and Sharvin. Step down the track. Was looking for much more power than what he generated there. Virendra Singh is looking to elevate it as well. But the angle of Kushal Mala making things difficult for him. And as an end result, he gets off strike. He's got 56 of 46 and he would like to get way more. And he would want to get them really quickly.
This is where he's just so clever, Kushal Mala. I know he's gone for that maximum down the ground, but he's just brave, isn't he? He's happy to go slower and slower again. Can he get out of the over? Big final delivery, this one.
Angled into the pads, and they will get a single. Generally, direct hits are interesting, not on this occasion. 16 overs gone, 117 for 1, Malaysia.
Will actually go upstairs. Just wants another look at this, Shiju Sam, which is fair enough. Have the technology there, and we will just have a second look. I think Nepal were only partially interested. Good work though from Sampal Kami. Picked up quickly, affected the direct hit, but safely home by, well, about 10 to 12 inches. So that does get us to the end of the 16th. 117 for 1.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
Skyworth washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing machine मा छ 7 motion DD motor.
Skyworth. Focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि time. For food, foodman do.
And they need to rush. A little bit of a late call, but no damage done.
Yeah, safely home. Just have a break and play as both sides are looking to get liquids on board. Hard for us to get across just how humid it is in particular. Only going to get hotter as we come towards the summer. Look at Kushal Mala, he's always up to something. Stump at his hand. So the two batters who've been out there a long time put on a really good partnership for this second wicket. It's worth 82 at the moment, and it has Malaysia in a position where they're in the game. They're not ahead of the game, but if they can finish strongly, the last 4 overs are going to be so important here. And I just wonder, when is Dipendra Singh Airi going to be brought back? He's bowled 2 overs for 3. Nepal have used 8 bowlers remarkably. With the 8 bowlers used, Rajbanshi is the only one to have bowled his 4 over allocation. Bahar is the death specialist, so maybe he'll bowl 17 and 19. Does that mean Dipendra Singh Airi will bowl 18 and 20? Surely you've got to get him back into the game.
Eight bowlers bowled by Nepal. And that struck. Brilliant time to pick up a wicket. Yes, there was a break. And this is going to be a break in momentum for Malaysia. Just when they were looking to take the game away from Nepal, it is Avinash Bora who struck gold.
Well, big wicket this one. And I wonder how much of that is to do with the break. Nepal's fans finally have something to cheer. Delighted to see themselves on the big screen now. Well, namaste to all those here and back in Nepal watching on Kantapur. They've got a second wicket. And it's that one, another batter who's battled a bit with cramp. Sharva Muniandi looking to go inside out over extra. Bahara held his nerve. Wasn't in the block hole, was there to be hit. And he's gone for 41. Malaysia, 117 for 2.
Farkio Red Bull Farkio Red Bull तपाईको आफ्नो Red Bull असली energy भनेकै Red Bull तपाईको असली energy Red Bull असली नै रोजौं
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
Winners go off to the Asia Cup. Top 3 go to that ACC Emerging Teams Cup. That's the main prize. I think 9 teams are going to leave here unhappy. Syed Aziz, it'll be a class operator. He's only going to have less than 4 overs to work with. The left-handed batter, who's very, very capable of scoring up at 150, 160 strike rate. I think he's just getting to the crease a little too late for Malaysia's liking.
What do you think about tourism? Any people that you are aware of who are traveling here to witness Nepal play? Once again, angling into the pads, and he'll have to wait to get off the mark. Syed Aziz.
Yeah, just talking to a few of the fans who've driven across from Dubai. So it's about 4 hours, isn't it? It takes a little bit longer with that border stop, particularly in and around Eid. And I think you probably won't get many flying in from Nepal. I do know that one of the fine journalists is here, Subasu Mungain, who I actually flew over with a couple of days ago. But plenty of local Nepalis who are doing their work here in Muscat. Wicket, ... This over belongs to Nepal, and all of a sudden the innings has a different complexion to it.
He's bowling a brilliant line here. No two thoughts. This was the wicket delivery. Becomes a little difficult to read, especially with the round arm action coming into play. Abhinash Bora. Once again, angled into the block hole, and this is struck well, and it's not going to be stopped. So another boundary. Syed Aziz will get off his mark with a boundary, and what a way to get off.
One of the challenges for Bahari, he doesn't have the pace to really do anything but try and nail the block hole. So as a consequence, when he misses, it's either a low full toss, or even worse, if he's a bit short, goes into the slot. And not for the first time, we see a Nepali fielder diving over one. Fielding has been well subpar, well what you would expect from a Monty Desai, Rohit Paudel led side.
In the block hole. He's a specialist in doing that, and he's been doing that pretty well. So despite that boundary, it's been a 5-run over. They've got a wicket to add on to that. Wouldn't mind it, would he?
I think he'll just love to get out of this over without a boundary. I'll be fascinated to see who bowls overs 18 and 20. I just wonder, will it be Dipendra Singh Airi? That's the field there. 2 in the deep on the offside, 3 on the leg. A little bit of a shuffle. Fine leg's going to go back, and backward square leg will come up into the circle.
Star, feel the stream, cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, my life to Gold Star.
NIC Asia. बैंक पनि, साथी पनि, राम्रो पनि, हाम्रो पनि.
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल, सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद, अंबिका मार्ग, पुरानो मानेश्वर.
डबल मज्जा प्याक, पाउनु होस् डबल डाटा, भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु.
Possesses right in the block hole to start off with. Although, Andrew, if Virendra Singh cannot close down here, he's got 57 of 48, but if he cannot close down on a upper end, it's going to be a very poor knock from Virendra Singh.
Yeah, well, kind of similarities to Aki Bilias's earlier in the day. He'll say that he won player of the match for it. Thought that Bilal Khan really should have. The problem is that who's going to play the Zishan Maksud style cameo to go alongside it? Difficult, isn't it? Strike rates, if you can't get going, can be hard to catch up because time runs out and you all of a sudden 16 deliveries left in the innings, and with Airi due to bowl 10 of them, they'll be bowled in a flash. They need boundaries. Ideally they need maximums.
That's a full toss. And that's generally what happens when you're looking to hit the ball too hard. So difficult to time it. And that's the situation with Virendra Singh at the moment. Syed Aziz will have to get a go on. Not many left in the first innings. And with Airi bowling, it's going to be really difficult for the Malaysian batters.
Remarkable, isn't it? He's bowling right arm off spin in the 18th and probably the 20th overs. And he's going to pick up another sensational. Syed Aziz is happy that it's not a bump ball. He's walking off. Dipender Singh Arias is second. This is a game-changing spell of bowling. 2 overs up in the top in the power play. Now 2 at the death. Sensational from the Tiger yet again.
It's incredible. No two thoughts about it. Dipender Singh Airy, the crowd is loving it. There's a lot of noise in the ground. And why not when you have your hero performing in a way that cannot be bettered? Dipender Singh Airy. Off spinners are so underrated in this game. And Dipender Singh is just rectifying it. Syed Aziz walks back with that boundary to his name in total. 7 balls, 6 runs to his name.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Woo. Go gold star.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
3 runs of the over so far, and that's what it's going to be, and a wicket to his name as well. Dipender Singh Airy, the hero of Nepal. 18 done, 126 for the loss of 3 Malaysia.
बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी
They have an important and integral role if Malaysia to get surpassed 150 in this game number 2 on match day 1. It's the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024 and it's everything to play for. 12 balls, how much can they get is the question. Bora in the block hole and no runs whatsoever for Virendra Singh.
Yeah, the other big surprise, still Ahmed Faiz, the former captain. He's handed over the captaincy to Virendra Singh, but very much still a handy batter. You'd often see him at 3. They went with Money Andy instead, who performed well. And now it's a youngster they've just chucked in at the top. He's on T20I debut, 24 years of age.
Finally he's got one. And he's got one on the scorer's desk. Almost indicating as if he's not done yet. With just 10 balls to go in this first innings.
Well, good strike. And this is the problem for Bahar at the death. And often he'll bowl 4 in a row. I wonder, is that a little bit of damage done? Thudding into where our official scoring team are. If he's a fraction short of where he's targeting, that's probably, 8 inches from exactly where he wanted it. And instead, it just smashes into the wall there. Might leave a little bit of a mark.
Right in the block hole. This is exactly where he wants to be. And he's got his line and length back. He's an incredible bowler. You wouldn't mind 26 runs, 1 wicket to your name, 3.3 overs. And this is in a game where Malaysia started off beautifully.
Yeah, they've never really got ahead of the game though. They were 30 for none after 3, but apart from that period, I don't think they've ever been in front. 9 balls remain. Nepal just need to hold their nerve, get through these 9 without too many maximums, let alone 4s, and they'll have a chase under 150. With the way Irie is bowling, it probably will be under 150. That should be well within Nepal's compass.
The way Irie is bowling 140 looks distance. Let's not take it away from Irie. He's bowling a brilliant spell. And so is Bora. Right in the block hole. They're leaking runs in singles. The rare 6 coming from the bat of Virendra Singh. But apart from that, if you're talking about strike rates, nothing much to be proud about on a wicket that has supported the batters. Nazmul Saqib. Inside edge onto the pads. It was a full toss. He had to be putting that away. So with the dot ball, it was a 9-run over. Avinash Bora wouldn't mind it. 19 gone with an over to go. 135 for 3 Malaysia.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go, go,
रोहन खोइ उसलाई हेल्प चाहिन्छ तिमी रिग्रेट त गर्दैनौ नि गर्नु भने जिन्दगीभर रिग्रेट गर्नेछु माउन्टेन ड्यू डरको अगाडि जित्छ
Focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि टाइममा. For food, foodman do.
What an incredible encounter in the making, Andrew. Nepal versus Malaysia. Malaysia started off with a bang, and now it is Nepal who is fighting back.
Well, unless something changes in a big way in this final over, Malaysia are going to be well short of par. I just have to question sending in a debutant at number 5. You've got all that experience of Ahmed Faiz. Yes, he's the former captain. He's 36 years of age. He's played 70 T20Is, including today. He's got 100 to his name, 650s. Instead, in goes the debutant. And it can't be easy. He'll probably never have faced Dipendra Singh. In fact, I know he won't have. So as a consequence, 1 off 3. I know it's only 3 deliveries now, 2 off 4. But that's not the impact you need. You need somebody to come in and go bang, bang, 6-6, get you up past 150.
Right in the block, Dipendra Singh is very difficult to get away. He's a brilliant bowler. That's something that Oman got right. Promoting Rafiullah at the time when it matters the most. Beautifully bowled, right in the block hole. No chance of whatsoever to get underneath the ball Virendra Singh.
Well, it's hard to explain how good a spell this is. Nepal were in all sorts of trouble. 30 for none after 3. Captain called upon him. Finds the first breakthrough it. His second over. Now he's bowled the 2 toughest overs of the first innings. 18 and 20. And they just cannot lay batting him. They really can't. He's bowled 23 deliveries, gone for 10 runs. He's picked up 2 wickets. Well, if Nepal get home, right off the Player of the Match award, there's only one nominee for me. It's that man, Dipendra Singh.
He's been incredible, hasn't he? 139 on the board. They're looking for way, and they will finish off in style. 143 for Malaysia. Although they would still be way short of what I would like to call as par. 72 of 57 for Virendra Singh. Nazmus, who finishes off with a boundary. 3 of... So Virendra Singh finishes off with a boundary. And he's stood tall and he's anchored the innings all throughout. But I believe they're short by 20-25 runs on a surface that has assisted the batters.
Yeah, that's why the captain doesn't look too happy walking off. Good innings, well played, absolutely. 72 off 56 is a good effort. And nice to see Kushal Malla run over and congratulate the opponent's captain. The problem has been nobody else. I know a good contribution from Sharvin Muniandi of 41 off 33, but nobody else has really struck it more than a run of ball. And as a consequence, I think they've ended up shy of where they need to be. Nepal will be pretty happy. They won't be happy with their fielding. If they fielded better, that 143 could well have been 125 or something in that vicinity. So at the halfway stage, it's definitely advantage to the reigning champions.
But one thing to be noticed, Andrew, is that the strike rate of the main batter, and we'll talk about that in the second innings, but talking about the bowling, yes, they started off in a poor fashion, Nepal, but the spinners came into the attack. 2 wickets for Dipendra Singh and a wicket to Avinash Bora. Yes, they have not picked up a lot of wickets, but if you see, the most important thing that matters the most is the economy rate in a T20. And that's where most of the spinners have stood out, restricting Malaysia to 143, which is a below par score. The extras have helped Nepali side as well, just 5 of them. And that's where they stand a very big chance in this match against Malaysia. 144 to win. Talking about the highlights, they started off in the fashion that they would have liked. Boundaries on offer. Virendra Singh, he stood tall and he played shots all round. 30 of the very first 3 overs. The Nepalese bowlers were not helping themselves. Not helping themselves were the fielders of Nepal as well. Misfields were on offer almost everywhere, and that's where Dipendra Singh Airy came into the attack, immediately picking up a wicket and tightening things, leaking only 3 runs in his first 2 overs. Misfields were continued to be offered by the Nepalese team, and that's where Malaysia was able to breathe a little bit. But spin made a lot of difference. Yes, a few boundaries here and there, but apart from that, things were kept tight. Misfields continued, and boundaries kept in. Even though Virendra Singh held things tight and he played shots when things mattered the most, he was able to accelerate consistently and wasn't able to take the Malaysian team in a position where it matters the most. Avinash Bora, obviously the brilliant death bowler that he is, made a lot of difference when he came into the attack, and in came with him Dipendra Singh Airy as well. So a boundary to finish it off. Yes, momentum in favor of Malaysia, but they're still way too short of what would be a par score. 144 to win for Nepal, to get 2 points on board for them. And we will see the chase just across the break. That's it from us.
निर्माण को मेरुदण्ड पंचकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
Panchakanya Steel.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
NIC Asia. ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि।
Skyworth washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing machine ma छ 7 motion DD motor.
Skyworth.
Gold Star Shoes presents ACC Men's Premier Cup Oman 2024. Powered by Panchakanya Steel, NIC Asia Bank, energized by Red Bull, in association with
Mountain Dew, Skyworth, lead the future.
Matra Kantipur Max, Kantipur Television HD, र हाम्रा digital platformहरूमा. Title sponsor. Powered by
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
Panchakanya Steel.
NIC Asia. ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि।
energized by
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
in association with
Mountain Dew, डोरको अगाडि जित्छ।
Skyworth washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing machine ma छ 7 motion DD motor.
Skyworth.
hair care partner
32 जडीबुटी युक्त कपाल झर्न नदिने नयाँ कपाल उमार्ने स्विकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल।
food delivery partner
For food, Foodmandu.
Co-sponsor.
छिटो भनेकै वर्ल्ड लिंक।
गोर्खा इको प्यानल मेरो घर गोर्खा इको प्यानलको भर।
An AD release initiative.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Woo. Go gold star.
फलामको शक्ति र गुणले भरिएको प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको आकारमा समानता अनि तौलमा एकरूपता रहेको गुणस्तरमा उत्कृष्ट हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पंचकन्या 500 XT
Panchakanya Steel.
घरासी बिल तिर्न जतै लाइन समयमा नतिरे लाग्छ फाइन लौ न अब के गरौँ
म बैंक गरौँ
सोचे अब फोन गरौँ बा आमाको हाल सोधौँ
Balance सकिएछ।
लौ न अब के गरौँ
म बैंक गरौँ
NIC Asia मो बैंक गरौँ।
NIC Asia. ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी असली नै रोजौं रेड बुल क्वालिटीमा बेस्ट रोजैमा पहिलो एक मात्र ओरिजिनल सबैभन्दा जोसिलो रेड बुल इज ब्याक। तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
आहा क्या मजा मामु बाबा ओ नो मामुलाई म हिलोमा खेलेको मनै पर्दैन अरे म मेरो लागि नयाँ घर हो
नानीको र तपाईको लुगा सबै मसिनमा हालेर फेरि हातले धुनु पर्थ्यो म त हैरान भइसकेको थिएँ
त्यसैले त स्काइवर्थ वाशिङ मसिन लिएर आएको नि
स्काइवर्थ वाशिङ मसिन
यस स्काइवर्थ वाशिङ मसिनमा छ 7 मोशन डीडी मोटर जसले कडा हिलो र दागलाई पनि हटाएर गर्छ तपाईको कपडाको अल्टिमेट केयर
ल स्काइवर्थ आजदेखि तिमी हाम्रो बेस्ट फ्रेन्ड
स्काइवर्थ श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल 32 जडीबुटी युक्त कपाल झर्न नदिने नयाँ कपाल उमार्ने कपाल कालो बनाउने सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिका मार्ग पुरानो मानेश्वर
क्रिकेटमा the most important thing is focus. If you lose focus, game over. But then focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि time मा. With added responsibility and lot of work on my shoulders. खाना त सोच्नै भ्याइदैन. That's when Foodmandu's helped me पहिला र अहिले त झनै धेरै. For food, Foodmandu.
खुशियालीको बहार नयाँ वर्षमा उपहार यो नयाँ वर्ष वर्लिङको साथ हरेक नयाँ सब्सक्रिप्सन वा रिन्युअलमा पाउनुहोस् विभिन्न प्रोडक्ट्सहरुमा पत्याउन नसकिने डिस्काउन्ट
सकली तोरीको तेलमा सधैँ राग आउँछ त्यो राग शुद्ध धारा तोरीको तेलमा सधैँ रहिरहन्छ याद राख्नुहोस् सबै तेल धारा तोरीको तेल जस्तो शुद्ध चाहिँ नहुन सक्छ
एनएस चिन्ह प्राप्त शुद्ध तोरीको तेल धारा
मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ प्रियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी
With added responsibility and lot of work on my shoulders. खाना त सोच्नै भ्याइदैन. That's when Foodmandu's helped me पहिला र अहिले त झनै धेरै. For food, Foodmandu.
Forkio Red Bull. Forkio Red Bull. Tapayko आफ्नो Red Bull. असली energy. Energy भनेकै Red Bull. Tapayko असली energy Red Bull. असली नै रोजौं.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT.
Panchakanya Steel.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Go gold star.
Gold Star Shoes presents ACC Men's Premier Cup Oman 2024. Powered by Panchakanya Steel. NIC Asia Bank. Energized by Red Bull. Gold Star Shoes presents ACC Men's Premier Cup Oman 2024. Powered by Panchakanya Steel. NIC Asia Bank. Energized by Red Bull. In association with
Mountain Dew. Skyward. Lead the future.
Matra Kantipur Max, Kantipur Television HD, Hamra Digital Platform Haruma. Title sponsor. Powered by
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
NIC Asia. ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
Energized by
Tapayko असली energy Red Bull. असली नै रोजौं.
In association with
Mountain Dew. डोरको अगाडि जित्छ.
स्काइवर्थ वाशिङ मसिन
यस स्काइवर्थ वाशिङ मसिनमा छ 7 मोशन डीडी मोटर
Skyworth.
Hair Care Partner
32 जडीबुटी युक्त कपाल झर्न नदिने नयाँ कपाल उमार्ने श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल.
Food Delivery Partner
For food, Foodmandu.
Co-sponsor.
छिटो भनेकै वर्लिङ.
गोर्खा इको प्यानल मेरो घर गोर्खा इको प्यानलको भर
An AD release initiative.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Go gold star.
फलामको शक्ति र गुणले भरिएको प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको आकारमा समानता अनि तौलमा एकरूपता रहेको गुणस्तरमा उत्कृष्ट हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
घरायसी बिल तिर्न जतैलाई समयमा नतिरे लाग्छ फाइन लौ न अब के गरौँ म ब्याङ्क गरौँ सोचे अब फोन गरौँ बा आमाको हाल सोधौँ
ब्यालेन्स सकिएछ
लौ न अब के गरौँ म ब्याङ्क गरौँ
एनआईसी एसिया मो ब्याङ्क गरौँ
एनआईसी एसिया ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
तपाईको असली एनर्जी असली नै रोजो रेड बुल क्वालिटीमा बेस्ट रोजैमा पहिलो एक मात्र ओरिजिनल सबैभन्दा जोसिलो रेड बुल इज ब्याक तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
आहा क्या मजा मामु बाबा ओ नो मामुलाई म हिलोमा खेलेको मनै पर्दैन अरे म मेरो लागि नयाँ घर हो
नानीको र तपाईको लुगा सबै मसिनमा हालेर फेरि हातले धुनु पर्थ्यो म त हैरान भइसकेको थिएँ
त्यसैले त स्काइवर्थ वासिङ मेसिन लिएर आएको नि
स्काइवर्थ वासिङ मेसिन
यस स्काइवर्थ वासिङ मसिनमा छ 7 मोशन डीडी मोटर जसले कडा हिलो र दागलाई पनि हटाएर गर्छ तपाईको कपडाको अल्टिमेट केयर
ल स्काइवर्थ आजदेखि तिमी हाम्रो बेस्ट फ्रेन्ड
स्काइवर्थ श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल 32 जडीबुटी युक्त कपाल झर्न नदिने नयाँ कपाल उमार्ने कपाल कालो बनाउने सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद कपी कपाल पुरानो मानेश्वर
क्रिकेटमा the most important thing is focus. If you lose focus, game over. But then focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि time मा. With added responsibility and lot of work on my shoulders. खाना त सोच्नै भ्याइदैन. That's when food mandus helped me पहिला र अहिले त झनै धेरै. For food, food mandu.
खुशियालीको बहार नयाँ वर्षमा उपहार यो नयाँ वर्ष वर्लिङको साथ हरेक नयाँ सब्सक्रिप्सन वा रिन्युअलमा पाउनुहोस् विभिन्न प्रोडक्ट्सहरूमा पत्याउन नसकिने डिस्काउन्ट
सकली तोरीको तेलमा सधैँ राग आउँछ र त्यो राग शुद्ध धारा तोरीको तेलमा सधैँ रहिरहन्छ याद राख्नुहोस् सबै तेल धारा तोरीको तेल जस्तो शुद्ध चाहिँ नहुन सक्छ
NS चिन्ह प्राप्त शुद्ध तोरीको तेल धारा
मुटु चाहिन्छ
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी
With added responsibility and lot of work on my shoulders. खाना त सोच्नै भ्याइदैन. That's when food mandus helped me पहिला र अहिले त झनै धेरै. For food, food mandu.
Forkio Red Bull Forkio Red Bull तपाईको आफ्नो Red Bull असली एनर्जी भनेकै Red Bull तपाईको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नै रोजो
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Woo! Go gold star.
Gold Star Shoes presents ACC Men's Premier Cup Oman 2024. Powered by Panchakanya Steel, NIC Asia Bank, energized by Red Bull.
So welcome back to the Oman Cricket Academy. We're here in the Al Emirat Cricket Grounds. Oval 1, you can actually just see in the background there, still action concluding. A little bit behind us, the Hong Kong-Qatar game. That is the fourth match of the tournament, the second game today in the afternoon in Group A, and a really good finish for Hong Kong. They've driven up to 183 for 6 with still an over remaining, so they'll be thinking of maybe getting to 200. That could well be more than enough for Qatar. But here on pitch 1, the umpires are already out there, and here come the players. That's the batting and bowling cards, but here's the action that's all set to go. We see Malaysia with 143 on the board, and Kushal Bertel and Asif Sheikh, the regular opening pairing in both white ball formats for Nepal, will be looking to make light work of this. Andrew Leonard here alongside Mikhail Vaswamy. Mikhail, great to have you with me again, mate. Definitely advantage to Nepal at the halfway stage. Malaysia are going to have to do something pretty special with the ball here.
Oh yes, you've just summed it up beautifully, Lenny. Thank you for the introduction as well. Perfect setting here for Nepal to take their time and just go about their business. Bertel has been in good nick. Asif, this is a tried and tested combination for Nepal. They'll have to bat without much pressure. 143 in 20. Kushal Bertel. Once he gets going, he's quite a sight to watch. Can be very audacious, at the same time very fearless with his hitting. He has his own style of play. And then Asif Sheikh, the more conventional batter. Two very fine players for Nepal. They bat deep as well. Lenny?
Yeah, the Butwell boss, Kushal Bertel, he plays very differently to this man, Mohammad Asif Sheikh. Gorgeous player to watch, so pleasing to the eye. Definitely will usually be Bertel that will take the aggressive options at the top. Career strike rate over 130, and he'll have to face up to some left arm seam to start with Rizwan Haider. Suspect it will be left arm spin at the other end in the brother of the captain, Pawandeep Singh, who usually gets things going with spin to start with. That's the setting here, and plenty of Nepal fans you can see in the second tier of the media centre where we are. We're just above, or maybe beneath that red sign there, aren't we? Directly behind Bowler's arms. Umpire from the UAE, Shiju Sham, says time to play for the second innings. 144 the target for Nepal. Can the reigning champions get underway in some style? They'll be looking to hunt this total down. Here we go. Look at that. That's swung in a long way, isn't it? Haven't seen much movement in the morning. It's now come delayed in the afternoon.
Now, interestingly, everything is in favor of the bowling side. It's windy, breezy, it's overcast conditions. And you just get the impression that Rizwan Haider, coming at an angle to the right-handed batter, just get that ball to move a bit and the batters to dance a bit as well. It's going to be a little bit of a testing phase for both the openers.
I think it's a good point you make about the wind, actually, Mikhail, because that's where the wind is going. There's no breeze this morning at all. It's just started to whip up. Maybe winds have changed, so he's going to get it to naturally shape back in. Just wonder why he's coming round the wicket. You often think of the strength of left-arm seamers with the new ball. It's over the wicket to the right-handers.
Yes, that's one good ploy most left-arm seamers would employ. Just bowl over the wicket, get that ball to leave the right-handed batter and suddenly get one in. Coming around, it's always going to come into the right-handed batter unless it holds its line.
Not too sure what the hold-up is here, but umpire none too pleased. We're well ahead of the other game. The other game is still in the first innings, would you believe? Hong Kong looking to add some late runs. There are good bowling options for Malaysia. Both the left-arm spinners, the two Singh brothers, we'll probably see them. Mohammad Amir Azim bowls left-arm spin as well. It's a friendly full toss to allow Asif Sheikh to get off the mark.
Both the batters off the mark with a single. Nepal are in no hurry whatsoever to get to 143. They have enough time and cushion. The pressure is on the bowling side.
There's also more left arm options because Mohammed Wafiq is a really good bowler. We'll see him later on as well. Rare enough, you'll see 4 southpaws bowling together. Bertel has to run around Rizwan a little bit, but safely gets home. Do you expect them to attack here in the power play, Mikhail?
Yeah, I don't think Nepal should change their approach irrespective of what the target is. They have to play their style of cricket. I mean, at one side you have class and Asif Sheikh, on the other side you have carnage of Burtel. I guess they need to just complement each other and play that brand of cricket. So far it's been a quiet start. Rizwan Haider has kept things tight. Another single towards square leg.
Yeah, definite shape back in, isn't there, for Rizwan? It's not particularly quick. I'm going to get some bonus runs here. 2 free overthrows, so it'll be 3 to the total. Rizwan doesn't look too pleased. We've seen, I'll have to say, from all 4 sides we've seen here in Ground 1, we've seen some average fielding performances thus far.
I was just coming to that, Andrew. I was just thinking about Nepal and realized something in the day rather. Because Malaysia are putting up a little bit of mediocrity in the field. And look at that. Lazy, casual. May have just ricocheted off the stumps as well. So you really can't blame the fielders. They were all in line. Extra 2 runs here.
Well, that definitely completes the set, doesn't it? We've seen dots, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s and 6s. It's a 7-run first over. 7 for none.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Gold star.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
सकली तोरीको तेलमा सधैँ राग आउँछ र त्यो राग शुद्ध धारा तोरीको तेलमा सधैँ रहिरहन्छ। याद राख्नुहोस्, सबै तेल धारा तोरीको तेल जस्तो शुद्ध चाहिँ नहुन सक्छ।
NS चिन्ह प्राप्त शुद्ध तोरीको तेल धारा
मुटु चाहिन्छ, मुटु।
So we'll be spin to get things underway from the media centre end of the ground. We'll see a left arm spin. Pawandeep Singh. Sometimes Mikhail, he'll bowl his 4 straight through. Won't attempt to turn a single ball here. Everything will be forcing back in, similar to the first over we saw, albeit at a different pace. As the wind is just swirling about a touch now. Doesn't turn the ball much, but he's very accurate.
Oh yes, most left-arm orthodox spinners in the T20 format depend a lot on the length and the pace in the air. The flight, not much of turn these days. Nicely worked away towards the mid-on region. In fact, there's long on in place, they'll get a single. I've liked the approach of Nepal batters. They are aware that this total isn't too steep. So minimum risk, maximum runs. Keep it very sensible and simple.
Got a great record, Pawandeep Singh. Career economy rate under 6. Really good number to be at in even in modern ODI cricket, let alone T20 cricket. And he almost always bowls 3 on the bounce in the power play unless something goes wrong. And you watch that there. They're really in-swingers, aren't they? Arm balls, bowled at a variety of pace. Good skills.
And he's a tall bowler as well, so that comes from a height on most occasions. Shot and wide, put away. That's a fine hit. That was asking to be punished. And Asif will not miss out on it. First 4 for Nepal.
Well, the Nepal fans are going to cheer every single boundary to the rafters. They're loving their day out. It's a Friday afternoon. We've got a really healthy crowd in, loving every second. Short, wide, carved away. Bit too easy for Asif Sheikh, wasn't it? And even though there's 5 in the ring in the offside, picks the gap. Oh, nearly an action replay. Again, short and wide. Again, not a great delivery. Easily could have been 4 more. take the single this time. You just wonder, will Nepal be thinking about getting going towards the end of this power play? It's been a cautious enough start. Just 12 runs from the first two. 12 for none.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौ
NIC Asia बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
रोहन खोइ उसलाई हेल्प चाहिन्छ तिमी रिग्रेट त गर्दैनौ नि गर्न भने जिन्दगी भर रिग्रेट गर्नेछु
माउन्टेन ड्यू डरको अगाडि जित्छ श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिका मार्ग पुरानो मानेश्वर.
Into the third over, Rizwan will continue. Still looks a good surface to me, Mikhail. Certainly you'd expect Nepal to hunt this total down.
Oh yes, ideally this is very good conditions for batting still. Sometimes what happens when the total is low, it just about calms the chasing side as well in their approach. And that's why I feel both these batters should just continue with their style of play. Rizwan has looked good.
He's trying to use that angle, isn't he? Just cramp up Kushal Bertel for room, who loves any width. Not quite seeing it out of the middle just yet. Malaysia up about. Get a wicket or two to go with this. They might just get into the contest. It's the angle there. I think everything just forcing the ball into the pads of Bertel. That's where he's got his protection as well. Long on, deep backward square out. Content just to work it around for the moment. Cautious start from Kushal Bertel.
Rather more sedate start for Nepal. 13 in the third. Ideally, they believe in just about going all guns blazing early on. By far, this is the quietest power play so far. Rizwan Haider has got the ball to come in sharply.
And they're happy to run singles. Good diving stop from probably Malaysia's strongest fielder, the youngster Amir Azim. I'd like to see him given a good chance with the ball today. Often under bowled by Malaysia.
We're at the Oman Cricket Academy. It's day one. Match one for the Pool A group.
Inside edge, squirts away. Going to be a challenge for the fielder in the deep to cut it off, but he will do enough. Sharva Muniandi keeps it to a couple. Every run being cheered. You can sense the Nepal fans here who've come in good numbers just want to see some boundaries, don't they?
That had an even more loud cheer because the ball was just about coming towards their side of the section. They're getting an inside edge. Wafiq with the chase, but it was Muniandi who just ran around it and put in the slide to keep it to 2. Very, very athletic there, Muniandi. Quite a versatile cricketer.
Slower ball this time. I think it's the off-cutter. Mix-up. Could be a chance, but he gets back. Well, the throw, it wasn't good enough, was it? He's got to let it go there. Surely a real opportunity to run Kushal Bertel out. Instead, he's just kind of tried to lob it into the keeper, and as a consequence, the throw is too high and too slow.
Oh yes, it was a yes and a no situation for him. He was stranded in mid-pitch, but look at that throw. Had that been over the stumps, it was curtains to Bertel. Even a one-bounce throw would have come in very handy. They know it. Bertel survives. Anxious moments here for the Nepal fans as well. 3 gone, it's 16 for no loss.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
Skyworth washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing.
Pound deep into his second, and Nepal are just almost feel like they're operating with the handbrake on right now. They need to get moving. Current run rate just 5 and over. Need about 7.6. That's not a concern on a good batting surface. But just the run's not flowing yet. Asif Sheikh desperately trying to get going.
Now this is where the Nepal batters will have to be careful. They can't throw it away. They have to pick their deliveries. Now this was quite a risky shot, just about making way and exposing the 3 stumps. Driven handsomely, exquisite. Sheer timing on that and pure class as well from the bat of Asif. He's so good on the eyes, so elegant when he gets going. And look at that for a cheer. They're delighted as well.
Well, much better. It was a half volley, yes, but put away with real elegance, real class. Lovely balance here from Asif Sheikh. Look at this. Early into position, picks the gap, gets 4 all the way along the ground. 0 risk in that stroke. This is going to angle down, going to miss the leg stump. A couple of games against the Irish Wolves for Nepal. They were in Kirtipur very end of last month and they headed down to India. And in India, they picked up 4 wins from 5. Monty Desai felt it was very similar conditions to here in Muscat. So kept the side there right the way up till yesterday. Only landed yesterday afternoon, remarkably.
They've turned up well. It's never easy. Land and then just get started with your game. And good for them, they had an afternoon game, Andrew, not a morning one. That would have been very hard on the players.
Another good over. 5 dots in it and only 4 runs come from it. 4 have been bowled, 20 for none.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
NIC Asia बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु
So Rizwan's going to bowl a third with this angle just proving difficult for both the two right-handers. Mikhail, I know you've been to Nepal, you've enjoyed your time there. Special day, New Year's Eve today, the year 2080 today. That's the Cambodia flag, not the one I'm looking for. Looking for the lovely Nepal flag. Looks a bit different.
Where's the rhino? We're looking for the rhino. Oh yes, then best wishes to all Nepal fans as well. Straight down the ground. They'll steal a single.
Yeah, so it is a bit surreal to think, if you think of the Western calendar, or the Gregorian calendar, if you want to call it that. We're in mid-April. It's New Year's Eve in Nepal. And you can see there is the Nepal flag. There's the one I was looking for. There'll be big celebrations across Kathmandu, across Lalitpur, Bhaktapur in particular. That's where there's a real hub, a real festival. See all those beautiful Hindu temples down towards the Terai region, towards Bhairawa, Butwell, where Kushal Bertel comes from. New Year's Day tomorrow.
And all of it, a thick outside edge to fetch another single. Well, advance wishes here to whole of Nepal. Happy New Year wishes. And I guess the icing on the cake will be a wonderful win as well today, a convincing one. Will set the tone for the Nepal team as well into this competition. You want to start off strong, start off good. A convincing win, an 8-wicket win or a 7-wicket win with decent overs at your disposal.
Haven't quite started that way though, have they? Just 22 on the board, going at well less than a run a ball. Rizwan just losing his run up this time, dead ball signalled. You do wonder with the importance of the power play in the modern game. Yes, Malaysia bowl quite well here, but just Bertel and Asif taking a little while to adjust to the conditions.
Yeah, it's been contrasting starts, right? Malaysia in the first 3 got 30 of the paces, and Nepal in the first 5 have managed only 22. Just wonder if it's the surface or the approach. That was deliberate. That was done on purpose and nicely done as well. Just opening the face of the bat and gliding it down third for a boundary.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's played for this. I think it's an outstanding shot. You might look at it and think it's an outside edge, but just watch Bertel's hands here. Right at the end of the shot, he's opened up the face of the bat. It's more off the face than a direct outside edge. And he's going to get good reward as deep third had just come up into the circle to allow more protection for the leg side. Wouldn't mind seeing him use his feet here. Look at everyone on the offside. They're all up. Go at the left arm seamer. Try to go over long off, over extra cover who's in very tight. Make use of this power play. That's where he goes. Through the cover region. Back-to-back boundaries. Finally Nepal starting to take the handbrake off.
Oh yes, and courtesy Kushal Burtel. He does not like to be bogged down for too long. He likes to dictate proceedings in the middle. This was full and on the off. License to be driven. And with the field up in the circle, with the power play still on, Kushal Burtel said, "Thank you very much, Rizwan." Back-to-back boundaries here for Nepal. They found a move on. Just when it looked like the power play was going Malaysia's way, Burtel has stepped foot on accelerator.
Good finish from Rizwan. He's bowled all 3 consecutively in the power play. Don't see that too often. 5 have been bowled. 30 for none.
तिमी रिग्रेट त गर्दैनौ नि गर्न भने जिन्दगीभर रिग्रेट गर्नेछु माउन्टेन ड्यू डरको अगाडि जित्छ
स्विकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिका मार्ग पुरानो बानेश्वर
So, consecutive 3-over spells in the power play. Firstly from left armer Rizwan, and now Pawandeep Singh is going to continue. Not something you see a lot of in the modern T20I game, or if you think about the IPL that's ongoing right now. Captains like to vary their bowlers. Malaysia just keeping things simple.
Oh yes, it all depends on how the captain wants to approach, whether they are fielding first or whether they are defending a target. Pawandeep is a tried and tested campaigner for Malaysia. He's been very effective, impactful and result oriented with his bowling. Goes aerial, and that will just about trickle down to the 4 boundary towards the long off region. This time he manufactured the shot, had to make room for himself, create an opportunity and play it over the offside. Wonderfully done.
Yeah, for me, there's not quite been enough of that against Pawandeep Singh. It's not like Nepal are facing him for the first time. They know what he does. Doesn't turn the ball, keeps it very simple and is very accurate. Really surprised we haven't seen either batter use their feet against him. But now a little bit of innovation is going to get a boundary followed up by a single. Can they finish with a flourish? They'd love a maximum to round out the power play, just get them ahead of the game. They're only really just keeping track at the moment.
Yes, and that's what happens when Pawandeep is in operation. Sometimes he gets a little bit too predictable, Andrew, with not much turn being imparted. You can maybe just play through the line. Shot and wide, put away again, but this time nicely fielded by Captain Virendeep Singh. That was travelling as well.
You just wonder where the wickets are coming from. Is the plan from Malaysia's captain just to build pressure? Just continue to restrict the boundary options. You do feel the runs will probably come a bit easier actually outside of the power play. The field will drop back. And that is a good end to the power play. It's going to be a second boundary in the over. 10 have come from it. And now Nepal have their noses in front. End of the first power play in this chase. It's 40 for none.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT।
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ प्रियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी।
स्काईवर्थ वासिङ मसिन
Yes, Skyworth washing machine ma cha 7 motion DD motor.
Skyworth
You're just blowing a little hot and cold. Can be difficult up at the top, up and you're opening. Bowling, going to see the first change in bowling. Going to see some off spin. And the off breaks of Vijay Oni come into the attack. We saw outstanding bowling from Dipendra Singh with his off breaks. A very different kind of bowler, though. And I'd expect Bertel and Asif just to work him around. There's a bit of protection on the leg side, but I suspect that 6 singles per over are going to be quite easy.
Just coming back to off spinner.
Yeah, certainly you suspect now it's just a case of knocking the ball around. I don't think they're going to be thinking of net run rate, even though that could be a factor in the group stages. In theory, Monty Desai will just want to win 4. Certainly want to top the group.
So far it's been very easy for Nepal. Another single. They're running the first run fast. They're trying to apply pressure on the fielder. We'll keep it to 1.
Yeah, certainly right now it's just cruise control, isn't it, for Nepal? You wonder, will there just be a temptation for Malaysia to take some risk, try to find a way to pick up some wickets? Nicely bowled, a little bit of a carom ball that looked like. Didn't turn in if anything went away. So it's a good tight start from Vijay Oni. Just 3 come from his first. 7 bowled, 43 for none.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Gold star.
NIC Asia. बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि.
Focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि time मा. For food, Food Mandu.
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
So Pawandeep Singh is going to bowl his 4 consecutively, as he often does the Kali Mullah, as it's being christened. So the left arm spinner will bowl his 4th despite going for 10 in his last over. Can Bertel start to find the accelerator? Well, yes, he can is the answer. That's probably the shot of the chase thus far. Really positive foot movement, gets a good stride in towards it and gets 4.
That's incredible. Bertel, he's taking a move on here and he's taking a liking of Pawandeep. Just over covers. This is wonderful batting from Nepal at the moment.
Big appeal. Certainly Pawandeep Singh was interested. Just the fact he had a good stride in and a little bit of bounce probably means that one will go against the bowler. That's our Pakistani umpire Tariq Rashid making that decision. TV umpire Tabarak Dar from Hong Kong. Again, use of the feet. Probably just be a single this time, as the cover sweeper does well.
This is a good partnership. Can't take it away from there. Just inching close to 50. Just over 7 overs. They're chasing a modest 144 to win. And this is a wonderful wicket to bat on. Everything is in favor of Nepal at the moment. And yes, they have the support of their home fan base.
Sheikh's running hard, looking for 2, won't get it. Yeah, they've looked comfortable, but not dominant thus far, Nepal.
It's only a matter of time. They do realize that there's not a lot that is required. 144, probably 20, 25, maybe 30 below par on a wicket as good as this. That's a goner. That's a goner. That's a goner. That's a wicket. That's a wicket for Pawandeep. Just before he finishes, he gets the back of Kushal Burtel, and what a time to get a wicket here for Malaysia.
Yeah, very nicely bowled. He just doesn't miss, does he? It's the same again and again. It's another arm ball. Burtel got himself in a horrible tangle. Both pads ended up facing down the pitch, so he is trapped LBW for 24. And the first wicket falls. Nepal, 49 for 1.
Farkio Red Bull. Farkio Red Bull. Tapaiको आफ्नो Red Bull. असली energy. Energy भनेकै Red Bull. Tapaiको असली energy Red Bull. असली नै रोजौं.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
Skipper to the crease, Rohit Kumar Patel. Very young captain, and he's a fine player. I think this is a position I prefer to see him at. There's been all sorts of tinkering, you would describe it, with the middle order for Nepal. Really the only two certainties in recent times have been the top 2 and the bottom 2. We know Bahara and Rajbanshi will be at 10 and 11. And we know the 2 openers, but Kumar Patel gets off the mark immediately. Nice drive down the ground. And the 50 comes up. It's a wicket taking over though. Pawandeep Singh finishes his 4-over spell with 1 for 26. It's 50 for 1.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT.
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
Tapaiको असली energy Red Bull. असली नै रोजौं.
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिकाबार पुरानो मानेश्वर.
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु.
Be interesting to see how they use him, with plenty of left arm spin options as well to come. As Patel gets that round the corner, it'll just be a single.
Vajayani, he's kept things tight from the parking lot and here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Darts the ball in. That's a carom ball. So has a few variations up his sleeve as well. 3 of the first over. He's conceding in singles at the moment. So this has been the plan for Malaysia. They're looking to keep things tight, and in the process, if Nepal falter, they make a mistake, and that's where they'll capitalize.
It definitely has that variation. Quite a few coming out as little away breaks, sort of almost carom balls, aren't they? Ahmed Faiz, the former skipper, doing the fielding this time. Nepal in control of this chase, but they just don't want that required run rate to start to become a big factor. Approaching the halfway stage, 8 balls before they get there. Wouldn't want more than 80 or 85, so they'll need a boundary or two.
They need to get things right here.
Now, Powell wants a second, but Asif Sheikh says no. Muniandi did well, actually. Ran a really good angle to close it off. So 5 singles come from the 9th over. It's 55 for 1.
Gold Star, feel the street, cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Go Gold Star.
NIC Asia. ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी
So one brother replaces the other. Left arm spin of Powandeep Singh will be replaced by the left arm spin, bit more part-time of Virendeep Singh, the skipper. Oh, and an inside edge, real fortune for Rohit Powell will get him to a landmark. It's a 1000th T20I run for Nepal's captain. Gets to a special landmark, joining Dipender Singh Airi and Kushal Bertel, the third Nepali batter to get there.
Congratulations, Rohit Powell, the captain of Nepal. He's been a star player, no two thoughts about it. Consistently getting runs here.
A little bit of turn. Very different bowler to his brother is Virendeep Singh. He'll turn it quite sharply. And a very different action too. Required run rate. Nepal just need to keep an eye on that. It's over 8 per over.
I don't know why, but I feel they're making a mess out of this.
Another dot. We are just having a couple of microphone challenges here. Hopefully you'll be able to hear Pranav Mehta again in a moment. Game day 1 here, ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024. Spotting the Asia Cup on the line, and Malaysia scrapping, fighting hard, bringing that required run rate into play. Every dot will see it raise, and a good start from the captain here. Nepal not finding a way to score freely yet. It's doing too much, really hits the shoulder, so a good decision. And the umpire still one delivery left. Get to a drinks break at the end of this ball, and I'm not certain whether or not Nepal will be pleased with their position. Vikram Naponi, the Nepal team physio, has just been called on to conduct a concussion check, as may have come off the shoulder up into the helmet. I think he's going to be absolutely fine to continue, but correct protocol to go through, and I think the umpires have rather wisely decided, why don't we have a drink at this point, with 1 ball left in the 10th over. We'll be back after a short break with Nepal 58 for 1.
बाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि टाइममा. For food, Foodmandu.
Skyworth washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing machine मा छ 7 motion DD motor.
Skyworth.
Feel the Gold Star beat, go Gold Star, feel the street, cool and comfy. comfy stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Woo. Go gold star.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
NIC Asia बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
स्काईवर्थ वासिङ मसिन
Yes, Skyworth washing machine मा छ 7 motion DD motor.
Skyworth श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिका मार्ग पुरानो मानेश्वर
फोकस निड्स फ्यूल फ्यूल अर्थात् फूड त्यो पनि टाइममा For food, Foodmandu.
Gold Star Shoes presents ACC Men's Premier Cup Oman 2024. Powered by Panchakanya Steel, NIC Asia Bank, energized by Red Bull.
So just one ball left in the 10th after the drinks break, and Asif Sheikh picks up a single, but it's only 4 from Virendeep Singh's first over. This game hanging in the balance. Nepal maybe in a bit of strife. They're 59 for 1. Well, there's the ACC app if you want to enjoy that. As we see another change in bowling. Going to be the youngster, the left arm spinner, into the attack. Now they should get 2 this time. Nicely placed. Asif Sheikh and Rohit Paudel very, very fit. Nepal just in danger of bringing that required run rate into play.
That's a sign. That's a sign of worry at the moment for Nepal. They'll need to accelerate. They don't want to leave it for the end. They'd want to finish this match somewhere around the 18th, 19th over. And if that's to happen, they'll have to start capitalizing right now. Edged, falling just short of third. In the process, Asif will get off strike.
Remarkably, Virendeep Singh has just run 70 yards or so to be moved in the field from deep mid-wicket where he was the ball before to now short third. Andy sent out there. You really reckon he could have got there? Big tall man, didn't anticipate particularly well. Now Paudel again wants a second. This is the change of fielder. Andy, swifter to the ball, much more athletic than Virendeep Singh. And this time it's just a single.
Andrew, what I feel the problem has been is that Nepal have been looking to force the issue rather than play their natural game, consistently rotate the strike, and in the process look for a couple of boundaries every 2 overs. Maybe a boundary and over would also do. But instead of that, they've been looking to force the action, and that's where a lot of dot balls have come into play.
Yeah, batter not ready that time, so he pulls out, more than entitled to do so. Dead ball signalled for an additional time in the chase. Well, that's been missed. Missed everything. Even the keeper's missed it. Thudded into his pads. Somehow misses the off stump. It's a full toss that Sheikh should have put out away. Big gap between deep extra and long off. Could easily have been a boundary. Was very nearly the second wicket. Back live with you now. This time it's cut away for a single, so it's another over with not enough runs from it. There's going to be some nervy fans watching on back in Nepal. 64 for 1 after 11.
Start feel the stream, cool and comfy stride in style. Life's your runway, my life on gold star.
रोहन खोइ उसलाई हेल्प चाहिन्छ तिमी रिग्रेट त गर्दैनौ नि गर्न भने जिन्दगीभर रिग्रेट गर्नेछु माउन्टेन ड्यू डरको अगाडि जित्छ
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिc hair oil सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिकाबार पुरानो बानेश्वर.
At number 4 over the last 6 or 8 weeks is not padded up. Kushal Malla is. Surely he has to be in next. Career strike rate, one of the very highest in the history of T20 international cricket. It's 172. Surely they want that power of the left arm hitter into the game as soon as possible. Sandeep Johra also has the pads on. But with these left arm spinners bowling, Nepal need that left hander to the crease. You'd like to see Asif Sheikh take some risks now. And that's what he does. We're going to see Malla in. It was a little bit of a tortured stay for Nepal's opener, and Asif Sheikh is stumped. Good piece of glove work on his T20 international debut. Moment he won't forget for Saqib. And the skipper has the second wicket.
That was more of an Aqib Ilyas type of innings. He took his time, 34 of 32. And just when it's time to accelerate, he's going to be departing back. The captain, Virendra Singh, gets a wicket here. 64 for 2. And Asif Sheikh will depart for 32 of 35.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, mile after mile. Woo. Go gold star.
NIC Asia. बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि.
Skyworth washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing machine ma छ 7 motion DD motor.
Skyworth.
Mic okay?
Kushal Malla to the crease at number 4. Well, he's a quite precocious and hugely exciting talent, but Nepal have got themselves in a tangle here.
They're in trouble, aren't they? Almost 80 required of the last 9 overs. And this is trouble times for Nepal, because they have taken way too much time than what they would have wanted to. This will help. This will help. It's a maximum from the bat of Rohit Patel, and this is much required, and it's coming at the right time.
First maximum of the chase, and finally they're jumping for joy in the stands. It's been a bit of a tricky period for Nepal. It's brought the game back into the balance. That maximum, though, swings it very much back in Nepal's favour. And with Malla, who, well, he eats left arm spin for breakfast, for lunch and for dinner, and there's only really one way in which he plays. The boundaries may now start to come. Good batting, follows the maximum up with a single.
So wicket to start off with. 161 being the follow-up. He wouldn't mind it. Virendra Singh, the captain, he does realize that a wicket here could squeeze the affair for Nepal. Especially they are looking for the wicket of Kushal Malla. They know that he's an accelerator. Angling down the leg side, wide, signal by the umpire. Something they will have to focus on and implement is the singles, running between the wickets. It's going to play a very crucial role in this remaining 8+ overs.
Yeah, these two very quick between the wickets. Powdell and Irie in particular. Irie, I think, will follow. Former captain and the current captain, none too pleased It's something that the umpire said to them. I suspect Dipender Singh Ari might be in next at 5. Can they get 2 here? It's the shorter side of the ground. Probably not. Malaysia's fielding just holding up. 12 have been bowled. It's a wicket taking over. Plenty of runs from it too. 75 for 2.
बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
NIC Asia बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
ज्ञान सोल्टी ल्याएपछि त रात पनि दुई थाल है नेपालमै सबैभन्दा रुचाइएको चामल ज्ञान पाए ज्ञान नै रोज्ने
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी
So 8 overs remain, and for Nepal, they know their target, and they'll feel as though they are in control, but there has been a wobble or two. Both openers couldn't really get going. Vijay Ernie with these little carom balls, he's bowling lots of them, which is proving difficult to get away as well. Mala loves spin bowling. How soon before he looks to go over long on, over cow corner?
They'll need to get going. 76 for 2. 12 overs. They'd like to get that momentum into the tournament. Yes, they are still well placed into this game, but they would like to finish this game in a dominating fashion. Just don't want to be scrambling through a below par score, and that's something that they would want to implement immediately.
Edged away. Mala's going to get 4. Not exactly where he intended it, but good enough. And you just sense with his aggression, his X factor, his firepower, Nepal are going to really start to get moving, and they need to.
It works. It works as a batter. You take runs in any form, any manner that they come in. Off the outside edge, it was fired in to start off. And a diving effort at third cannot help restrict it. There's a little bit of treatment at third. The fielder's down and he's struggling. These are not great signs. Will require some treatment here, Andrew.
Yeah, not the first one to go down today. There's plenty of them. It's been a very, very warm day. It's Rizwan Haider who's already bowled 3 overs. And looking at that side, probably pretty unlikely to bowl a 4th. Big surprise for me is still no sign of Mohammad Wafiq yet. Left arm seamer, and unless he bowls the next over, he won't be able to bowl his 4 over allocation. He'd have to bowl 14, 16, 18 and 20 if he's brought in next. And we'll see a subfielder come on. Not good to see. A few players going down with the heat, the humidity. Doesn't look hot probably on your TV screens back home, but it's very warm indeed.
Something that helps is the overcast conditions. The sun has been out of play through the entire day, in the first game as well as in the second game as well.
A little inside edge this time as Mala gets enough on it. You just wonder, will these two, as soon as the pace comes back onto the ball, really go at it? Mala loves spin, but Paudle's very good against pace.
And that's exactly what Malaysia wants. They want the Nepalese batter to go after them, because that allows them to have a chance, a crack at this match, pick up a few wickets and put some pressure on Nepal. They don't want to allow Nepal to take this game to the wire, because at the moment they are the favourites to win this game. They want to pick up wickets and they want to dominate this game.
Swept with protection out there. It feels like every time Nepal get a little surge, they don't get a second surge. They just get really just one boundary in each over. There's been a big lack of boundaries. Only 9 in the chase thus far. Less than 1 per over. You want at least 1 an over, surely, on a surface this good. Just getting a bit gloomy as well. It's after 5 o'clock local time here now. Mala can't do much with that. Uni with another good over, 7 from it. And Nepal still need to get their scoring to accelerate. It's 82 for 2.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्याप्पी
So finally, every time you ask for someone, he has to come into action. You asked for Eri came into action. Now it is Wafiq, Mohammad Wafiq. He comes in from the combox end. What are you expecting from Mohammad Wafiq here at this situation, considering the way Nepal is going at the moment?
He's the quickest bowler in this Malaysian side by a distance. Full of potential, real talent. Homegrown like this entire Malaysian squad. Pace on the ball might just offer scoring opportunities. Mala really only knows one gear, and that's 5th if not 6th. In T20I history, only one player with more than 500 runs who's got a higher strike rate than Kushal Malla. Stagno from Gibraltar. And of those amongst the major nations, Aaron Johnson is just behind him. And the only other one above 170, Surya Kumar Yadav. So he's in very good company up there. Like Tim David, Phil Salt, Finn Allen, Andre Russell up there too. That's the pedigree that Kushal Malla brings you. And he'll show us those skills if he's still there in a couple of overs' time. Often Monty Desai talks to him about just counting to 5 or 6 balls just to get it in a little. And then show his power, but this time he might have picked out long on. He has gone straight to the man. And this game turns and twists again. Good catch held and Malla falls.
This is the wicket they were looking for, Kushal Malla. We all know how impactful and how dominating he is. Wafiq just bowling back of length and not giving that kind of room. The length that Kushal Malla would have been looking for. And at the end he was held on at long on. That was a sub-fielder who holds on to the catch. 83 for 3. Nepal.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your right away, mile after mile. Woo. Go gold star.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
Well, cometh the moment, cometh the man, cometh the hour. Here he is, Dipender Singh Airi, outstanding with the ball. What can he do with the bat? Won't have long to get himself in at the crease. And immediately beaten on the outside edge. That's the extra pace of Mohammad Wafiq. Big impact. Looks like he's going to bowl overs 14, 16, 18 and 20. Malaysia very much in this contest.
They've made a match out of nothing. 143 on the board is what they could get. They just lost 3 wickets. Yes, they're having a good time here at the Oman Cricket Academy. It's one of those picturesque venues in the Gulf between the Al Hajar Mountains. And look at the number of people that have come in to watch this game. And I'll tell you, Andrew, 100% as the tournament progresses, there'll be more and more fans that will be coming into the ground and enjoying themselves here. This is a world-class facility, second to none in the Gulf.
Yeah, really enjoy it here. Beautiful venue. Irie will be busy. He'll be quick between the wickets, as will Rohit Powdell. In fact, you've got the 2 quickest members of Nepal's side in the middle there. If they can't find the boundaries, they've got to turn those 1s into 2s. Right now, that required run rate is looking ominous. It's looking concerning. And they're going to need a little cameo from someone. Just wonder, will Gulshan Jah get the pads on with all those left-arm bowlers? in the locker for Malaysia. Boundaries needed. Pressure on Nepal's captain. Irie will think of a second. Even he won't be able to get there. I have to say Malaysia fielded really, really well. The angles, the setups, the strategies completely in contrast to Bahrain this morning. They've done all the basics right.
Would I be right, Andrew, in saying that Nepal has made a mess of this chase? Don't get me wrong, they might still win it from here. But the way they have approached this chase is not something that they will be very happy about.
Another cutter. Really good skills from Mohamed Wafiq. His final 4 overs could dictate this contest, much like Bilal Khan's did this morning. Nepal are in trouble. It's 85 for 3.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
बैंक पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिका मार्ग पुरानो मानेश्वर
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु
In a bit of concern, and to take us through for the next 6 overs, I have the man who is known for his talent on the mic, Mikhail Vaswani. Mikhail, welcome to the Combox. What do you think?
Thank you, Pranav. Interesting 6 overs. Malaysia putting on a show. Nepal, the timing of the acceleration has baffled me. In the first 6 overs, they were cautious, and after that, they've tried to look to accelerate. They're showing some kind of a hurry in the innings. This is good running. They're trying to find the open wide spaces in the field, but Malaysia have their task cut out.
The singles and doubles won't concern Malaysia at the moment. There was a phase where Nepal had to do this, and that's where they were very, very patient. A little bit more patient than what they would have wanted to be. Swept just from the stumps. They're looking for the second once again. They need boundaries here, Nepal. The required run rate is concerning, 9.88 at the moment. There's another fielder.
Well, that's Rizwan Haider, who opened the bowling for Malaysia. He did really well. And this is the body blow to Malaysia's plans as well, because he'll not be in action. He's limping off the ground. In the meanwhile, Nepal once again eyeing 2 more runs. This is very good running between the captain and Irie. They are so quick between the wickets. And this is what is going to apply as pressure to Malaysia as well. They will be on their toes. They cannot relax.
Wonder if they have a roller skate under their feet here. Very quick, but these are not good signs. It's warm, it's hot, it's humid, and the sun is still not out. Once the sun is out, it gets even more tougher.
Oh yes, we've seen a couple of fielders actually go back to the dugout. Some facing exhaustion, spasms. There again. Oh, this is poor fielding. And these will be 4 lucky runs, 3 runs coming in for Nepal. Very poor cricket at backward point. Much to the delight of Nepal fans. And these are crucial 4 runs.
Runs are of utmost importance here for Malaysia. And leaking them. It is the number 53 of Malaysia. Ahmed Akil, the player at backward point. Slower through the air, and this is much better. Pushing the Nepalese batter to create whatever energy, whatever power that they can without giving them any kind of pace whatsoever.
Already 10 runs in this first 5 deliveries of Azim's second over. This is good counter-attack by Nepal. Down the ground towards long gone for another single. Yet again they're applying pressure on the fielder. Good fielding in the deep as well. Good all-round cricket. And this has been an eventful one as well. 15 gone, it's 96 for 3.
Tapaiको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
Focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि टाइममा. For food, Foodmandu.
It's going to be the left arm pace of Mohammad Wafiq, who's going to be bowling those important crucial overs from the combox end. A lot of this depends on Mohammad Wafiq.
He's added a lot of pace in his bowling and has looked very impressive. Just the 3 runs in his first over and a wicket. Now these are very, very good numbers. 48 of 29. 7 wickets in hand. Nepal ahead. A wicket here, a wicket there. Then the problem starts. He's picked that up. Couple of bounces to the field and the deep. He's chancing the arm of the field as well. This could be close and a direct hit would have caused concern, but he just about makes it. And the wicketkeeper too didn't quite collect it in time. All happening here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Ainul Hafiz, the wicketkeeper, should have taken that.
This is some really quick running by both these Nepalese batters. A ball well collected could have been curtains. It could have been curtains for Airy. Rather Powdell, I beg your pardon. But what an entertaining cricket match here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Oman versus Bahrain was a thriller, and right now we are going to be witnessing one between Nepal and Malaysia.
That's pulled away to square leg each time Nepal plays. I have my friend for company, Paresh Lohani, on comm, wherever he is in Nepal. A big hello to him as well. But what a contest this is turning out to be. For most part of the game, one would think Nepal was ahead. They still are, but with a little bit of hiccups, Pranav.
The only issue is that they're chasing a modest 144 to win. And yet they have given an opportunity here. This will help. This will help. And this will help well. Time for some bhangra from the umpire. 6 valuable runs. And it's coming from that man who always performs in difficult situations. Dipendra Airy getting 6 valuable runs at a very crucial time.
Well, he's a mercurial star for Nepal. Didn't quite get in position but went through with a shot. Got the distance on it. Got the elevation as well. And because there's pace on the ball, it's always going to travel. Now this is a very, very big moment. A 6 of the 4th delivery. Just about eases the nerves as well. What I've liked about Nepal in this chase is they have played to situations. They've kept the target in mind and they've played in a way where they've not really put themselves in a position of panic. And that's nice. You have to play to smaller targets so that you can get to the big goal.
Struck well. This ball is travelling and it's travelled very quickly to the sweeper. One area where I would disagree with you, Mikhail, is Nepal would have, as a batting unit, they would have liked to dominate this total of 144 to win, which has not been the case so far. They've gone into a situation where a wicket here could put them in serious trouble. And a couple of wickets might take them out of the equation as well.
I want to believe Nepal do bat deep, but you don't want to get that far, Pranav. You want to do it convincingly. Driven straight to the fielder, and they'll steal another single. Busy cricketers in the middle. 10 runs coming off it. 38 needed in 24. 16 gone. 24 deliveries left. It's 106 for 3.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XD र 550 XD
Panchakanya Steel.
Skyward washing machine?
Yes, Skyworth washing machine मा छ 7 motion DD motor.
Skyworth. Focus needs fuel. Fuel अर्थात food. त्यो पनि time मा. For food, Foodman do.
It's a gloomy evening and the lights have come on. And that's Rockwell. There's a fielder there and he's held on. Sherwin is the fielder there and this is a very, very important wicket in the context of this game. Dipendra Ari is going to be departing back. And how important is this wicket for Malaysia?
Corrections, it's Rohit Paudel, the captain of Nepal. In his bid to accelerate, he perishes, finds the fielder in the deep. That's Sherwin Muniandi with the catch. He'll not miss those. Nepal need 38. Rohit Paudel making his way back.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी असली नै रोजो रेड बुल क्वालिटीमा बेस्ट रोजैमा पहिलो एक मात्र ओरिजिनल सबैभन्दा जोसिलो रेड बुल रेड बुल रेड बुल इज ब्याक तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पियामा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्यापी.
Look to slow down the pace, making the Nepalese batters use the ultimate power, maximum power that is required to clear the fences. And that's where the opportunities have arisen. The defending champions are in a lot of trouble here. Jora is the new batsman. And he will get off the mark in style with a drive down the ground.
Quite understandable that Nepal is showing that sense of urgency because their asking rate seems to be climbing up. Somebody has to bat till the end. Irie will hold the key. He holds the aces. Can he turn it on? There again goes over extra cover. Very fine hit under pressure. Now that's what a Dipendra Singh Irie can do for you. He's audacious. He's fearless. Much needed boundary. And now that equation will get much more better for Nepal.
He's a star with the ball. He's a star with in the field as well. But right now, in the all-important situation, he's standing up tall as a batter. And what an incredible athlete he is. He's run hard between the wickets. He's striking boundaries when it's required. He's keeping Nepal alive in this game. And that's the class of Dipendra Singh Irie. What a talent he is for Nepal.
Star with the bat, ball in the field. He's a superstar. This time going deep in the crease, they'll steal another single. Runs in the order of play, sense of urgency shown. It's a slugfest in the middle. A very good contest. Are we seeing another last over finish?
So believe it's going to be the game between two left-arm bowlers. Who's going to be bowling for Malaysia in this competition. The captain is bowling a crucial spell from the parking lot end. Virandeep Singh, he was a star with the bat as well. Pulled well. There's a fielder and he's held on. They're holding on to their catches and they're celebrating. Why not? Amir is a fielder there and they're holding on to everything that is coming their way. Malaysia are into this game. And guess who is going to be the batter walking back?
This is a big wicket in context to the game. Virandeep strikes. Good catch in the deep. Dipendra Singh Irie finds the fielder. Amir with the catch over there. A little bit of a somersault. But they'll be celebrating as Irie has to depart. And Nepal will be feeling the heat and pressure at this stage because they've lost half their side in this chase. We are seeing a turn of events.
Step in to rhythm, feel the gold star beat. Go gold star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, my
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
star, feel the street. Cool and comfy, stride in style. Life's your runway, my life to gold star.
NIC Asia. ब्याङ्क पनि साथी पनि राम्रो पनि हाम्रो पनि
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद अम्बिकाबार पुरानो बानेश्वर
डबल मज्जा प्याक पाउनुहोस् डबल डाटा भ्यालिडिटी नसकिँदै गरेको हरेक खरिदमा मात्र रु 150 देखि सुरु
At the halfway mark, this is going to be a chase in 15th, 16th over with the kind of form that the Nepalese team are in. But Malaysia have been able to make a match out of this. 30 required in the last 3 and they'll get a single to start off the third last over. It's going to be Mohammad Wafiq who's going to be bowling from the combox end. What do you think, Mikhail? Seesaw?
There's still a lot of ammunition in the Nepal batting lineup. Gulshan Jha, Sandeep Johra, they can turn the game on its head and it matters. Now is the moment for them. I still want to believe with 5 wickets in hand, Nepal can certainly turn things around. 29 or 17, a good over will come in handy. This over will be very, very crucial. You don't want to leave too much too late. Gone aerial, mid-off up in the circle, and Gulshan Jha brings out a maximum. This is prolific hitting. Facing his very first delivery, he makes it look so easy. Nepal are just about reminding everybody why they're on that flight for the World Cup as well.
6 was the requirement of the doctor and that's what they have delivered. What an incredible strike from Gulshan Jha. It was in his arc, but he had to put it away, and that's exactly what he's done. That's a wonderful strike, and this is the reason Nepal are always into the hunt. They bat deep, they have some good strikers. Yes, Malaysia have made a match out of this, but Nepal are still in the contest. They're still fighting it out, and this is a match to lose for them. They need to win this game.
Oh yes, 22 of 15. Now that equation looks very gettable. A few more big hits and Nepal will have that 1 foot across the finishing line. But Malaysia, what a spirited effort. They're still very much in the game. A wicket here, a wicket there. Defending a low scoring target is never easy, particularly when one of their marquee bowlers has had to limp off the field, Rizwan Haider. Wafiq has shown a lot of inspiration and pace with the ball. Captain Virendeep has been very, very imaginative and innovative in his field set.
It'll all go down to the 19th over, which is going to be bowled by the captain, in my opinion. He's bowled 3, he has 1 left. And especially because he's picked up 2 wickets in his previous over, I believe he's going to be completing his quota.
Still another 2 deliveries. And even if you can get 5 to 6 runs off it, you'll leave around 17, 16 or 15 or 16 of the last 12 deliveries. And I'd always want to believe that's pretty much a straightforward chase from there on.
That's exactly why I said it's a game to lose for Nepal. They've been dominating this game all throughout. And they need to close this game down. It'll be so important for their confidence moving into such a big tournament. These are competitive sides. And especially in the T20 format, you cannot take any side lightly whatsoever.
Oh yes, in T20 cricket, in the shorter forms, you really don't know which way the fortune swings. Wafiq until now has been tidy, just that he's ended up being a little costly in this over. Already 10 runs in his 5 deliveries.
Can he finish well? It's a nail biter, and it's continuing to be a nail biter. This has penetrated the field. It will be fielded at deep mid wicket, and it will be kept down to 2 runs, rather 3 runs. There's some wonderful running between the wickets by the Nepalese batter. 18 overs done, 127 for 5.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
मात्र एक फेभरेट नाउ अब 8 थरीका जेल बारहरू नयाँ पेयमा मेगा सेलिब्रेसन प्याकमा त्वचा रहन्छ सफ्ट एन्ड ह्यापी
Who is it that is going to bowl the all-important 19th over? If it's not Virendip Singh, they have missed a trick here, and that's exactly what I feel. Picking up 2 wickets in his previous over. It's not going to be Virendip Singh.
Looks like the offie Vijay Unni has been given the 19th over, and just in time Virendip says, no, it's maybe my call to just get there and bowl the 19th over. He realizes the 19th over is the over that could be the deciding factor. It's been a game of moments here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Day 1 has produced some scintillating matches earlier in the day. Oman survived a scare. They won that game by 3 runs, and yet again in this low-scoring game, Nepal and Malaysia having a slugfest. Here we go.
What you'll get with Virendip Singh is he's going to be bowling slow. He'll either get hit out of the ground or he'll make a match out of it. It's not going to be an even-steven thing. It's going to be swinging one way. Which way it is going to be, it's only a matter of time. 5 deliveries is going to be deciding the fate of this game, in my opinion.
But Virendip has a left-handed batter in front of him now. This will make for a very interesting contest between the left-arm orthodox versus the left-handed batter Gulshan Jha, who will be eyeing the big hit, long on in place, mid-wicket in place, deep square leg, long off, deep cover. 5 fielders stationed at the boundary rope. Where is this going? He goes aerial, and that's been put down, or maybe just goes over the fielder for a 4. Against the run of play, Gulshan Jha finds a boundary. Nepal inching closer to the target.
This could very well have been this game set match moment.